Maybe the Ford Edge will be familiar to you, and then maybe it won't. Those in the US have been able to buy the Edge for the better part of a decade now, but for us here in the UK, it's the latest yank tank to come to our shores as part of the One Forward plan. That's the same sales strategy that gave us the Mustang. Essentially, the Edge is Ford's first stab at the premium SUV crossover market for a few years now, and it aims to rival the likes of the Audi Q5 and the BMW X3. Slotting in above the Kuga, the Edge will be the biggest SUV that Ford sells here in the UK, despite the fact that in the US it's actually one of the smaller models. However, in America it's also one of Ford's biggest sellers, which is something that it'll be keen to replicate on this side of the pond. But is it competitive enough to rival better established and perhaps more desirable European models? We're here in Scotland to find out, so let's jump in and take a closer look. Make no mistake about it, the Edge is a massive, massive car. It's wider than a Range Rover and almost as tall, meaning that it dwarfs pretty much every other vehicle on the British roadways. The upswing to its supersized dimensions is that it's got a remarkably spacious interior with tons of room for both driver and passenger, along with a well laid out cabin that's virtually identical to the S-Max with which the Edge shares its underpinnings. Standard equipment is fairly generous with things like this 8-inch Sync 2 touchscreen infotainment system and a reversing camera, while higher trims like this Sport model add things like a panoramic roof, cruise control, sat-nav and parking sensors. But here's the rub. A lot of the things that drivers will consider essential are only available as part of more expensive package options and can get pricey quickly. For example, LED lights will set you back £1,000, while you have to spend at least £2,000 on the Lux pack if you just want leather seats. The Edge's large size means that there's also plenty of room in the back, with more space back here even than the Audi Q5, and with room for 4 to sit in maximum comfort. Buyers who want 7 seats will be out of luck though, and it's a little bit of a shame that the Edge doesn't even come with part-time 7 seats like something like the Nissan X-Trail. Cargo space is likewise generous, with 602 litres with the rear seats folded up and with the luggage cover in place. Take the luggage cover off and fold the seats down and maximum space clocks in at a massive 1,847 litres, which is around 300 more than both the X3 and the Q5. So what then is the Edge like to drive? Well, it's worth pointing out at the very beginning that this is designed as a pure cruiser, born for the gargantuan freeways of the US rather than for the erratic B-roads of Britain. Although in America the Edge is available with a big V6 engine, here in the UK there's only a choice of 2 versions of the same 2-litre diesel engine, a 178 brake horsepower version and a slightly more powerful twin turbocharged 208 brake horsepower version. We've got the 178 brake horsepower version with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and it is torquey enough, but the Edge's 2.6 tonne weight does hamper its performance. With a time of 9.9 seconds, it's slower to 62 miles per hour than the less powerful 2-litre Kia Sportage, and even the 208 brake horsepower version is only fractionally quicker, so overtaking can use a bit of forward planning. It's on long, smooth journeys that the Edge really shines, however, with a comfortable suspension that just gobbles up potholes. With the addition of perhaps the Mondeo and the Vignale range, which an Edge Vignale model will be added to later this year by the way, it's probably also the most refined car in Ford's current lineup. Unfortunately, this same laid-back demeanour means that as soon as you start to push it, things rapidly start to fall apart. At close to 5 metres long, more than 2 wide and nearly 2 tall, once you show at the slightest corner you really begin to feel its heft. It rolls and it leans and the steering's a little bit elasticy, while even the Sport model, which gets a slightly stiffer suspension setup, suffers from the same blubbery handling. Make no mistake, this is no Jaguar F-Pace and at all times prioritises comfort over driver engagement. Basic pricing for the Edge starts from $29,995, which means that it undercuts the X3 and the Q5 by quite a bit. However, most buyers are expected to go for either the Titanium or the Sport models, which are priced from $32,245 or $34,500 respectively. Although the car does its job well and is decently equipped, by the time you've spec'd the model that you want with the equipment that you want, it does lose some of its competitive edge over the German competition. So is the Edge as good as the cars it hopes to rival? Well, it's hard to argue that it is, but its massive dimensions and its bold looks will still surely appeal to many, particularly current Ford owners who like the car that they drive at the moment, but who are thinking of upsizing in the near future. As well as that, the Ford is just that little bit different to pretty much every SUV out there at the moment. It's big, it's brassy, and it's completely unapologetic. Provided you don't expect too much from it dynamically and you're careful with your options, then the Ford Edge can make for an extremely capable, very spacious and refined family SUV. But do you think the Ford now has what it takes to take on the likes of BMW and Audi? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the Inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click on one of the links on screen now.